Hey Mixers, welcome back to another NBA player props video. We had a 2-0 sweep on our best bets, so you know what that means. We are giving away some cash, and then I will go ahead and jump into the review, and then a couple of bets for you for tomorrow's slate, because they do have some props up for some games. Now, there are going to be some added plays in the pinned comment tomorrow, because there are a couple of games that don't have props up yet, and I am going to be looking at those. So definitely check the pinned comment for some added plays, because there most likely will be some on this slate today, just because some of the props are up, some of them are not. So let's go ahead and jump in and give away that cash. All right, go ahead and spin this wheel as usual. And looks like we got Felix Tortilla. He said, love the picks. And hopefully you tailed them because they hit. Okay, so we had Paolo Banchero over 4.5 assists. I think he cleared this like partway through the second quarter, like not even halfway through the second quarter. He ended with 9. And then Miles Turner over 5.5 rebounds. He had 4 for most of the game and then wasn't playing. So he just wasn't getting minutes, and they were spreading the Giannis minutes out among the bench. And that was really incredibly frustrating. And then he came in with 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter and did nothing for 5 minutes. And then in the last minute of the game, bam, 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 he got some rebounds and got us over this line. So thank you for getting us over the line. Not thank you for giving us the scare, although it is Halloween tomorrow, so maybe we needed the scare. That brings our player props up to 17 and 14 on the season, which is 54, almost 55%. Now remember, since the numbers are small, this percentage is going to change quite a lot from day to day until we get deeper into the season and we're dealing with some bigger numbers here. But that is fantastic. So we love to see that number being brought up closer to 60, which is always the goal. And then our lean, CJ McCollum over 22.5 PRA. He hooked with 22 exactly. However, and don't get mad at me for this, I put my slip right here on the side so that you could see it. After I posted the video, I hadn't actually bet these yet, so I went out to bet them, and I found CJ McCollum for 21.5, so I went ahead and bet that, and that did hit. So my slip ended up cashing with all 3 of these players. Sorry if you played all 3 of them together. If you just played the 2 best bets together, that's fantastic. Or maybe you paired them with some promos that hit, and hopefully you had a good day like me. So let's jump into the bets for tomorrow. Now, I will say that the 2 bets I have 2 best bets, an alt line, and a bonus bet. The 2 best bets that I have, they're not my favorite ones, okay? And we'll talk through them, but Toumani Camara over 11.5 points, he's not exactly consistent. But I want to take a shot on this guy because he plays way better at home. His home and away splits are crazy. So he's over in 50% of home games this season, which are these first 2 games, the game against the Timberwolves and the Golden State Warriors. And then he's over 75% of the time in home games with the Nuggets. So on the Nuggets graph, that would be these 2 middle games, 16 and 14, and then the most recent game was 16. So those are the 3 home games that he hit, and then he missed 1 home game with the Nuggets. So he's over this line 50 to 75% at home. I want to take a shot on that, so I will. Also, Jamal Murray might not play. I don't really know what to trust with like the injury reports and things like that. But if Jamal Murray doesn't play, obviously that puts the Trailblazers even more in this game than they already were. And maybe Camara can have a good game here. Also, I will say, like, Denny Avdija doesn't have the best scoring matchup. So I was thinking maybe he just assists a little bit more and lets some other players score. Now, James Harden is one of my favorite players to bet on. And if you can't hear the sarcasm in my voice, then I need to do better, because he is one of my least favorite players to bet on, because he just sells. He always sells, but we're going to him because he's in such a good spot here. So I'm going to take him over 20 points. Now, 20.5 points. He has hooked this twice this year already, which would be frustrating if we had bet on it. And he's only gone over 1 out of the 4 games. But he is over in 73% of the last 15 regular season home games. So he plays pretty well at home. He has a really good scoring matchup. I know he's going to dish it out. I like his assists as well, but it's an 8.5 and climbing, and it's juiced really heavily, whereas this is a regular line with just an even payout. I wanted the 28.5 points in assists, or 29.5, but it is all the way up to 30, and I think it's going to go even higher. So I'll stick with the points. I expect this to be 21 or 22 by tip-off, so I will take the discount now at 20. And then I have a bonus bet for you guys. This is plus 140. So get plus 140. That is a good payout for something that he's been doing in 4 out of 5 games so far. So Scotty Barnes over 1.5 3-pointers made. He did not have any in the Hawks game, but that was a 20-plus point blowout. And then he's had one in, it had at least 2 in all of the other games this season. Now, he has not hit this in the last 7 head-to-heads with the Cleveland Cavaliers, but the Cavaliers are giving up a lot of 3-pointers, and Scotty Barnes, now with Brandon Ingram on the team, is able to sit back and assist more and take more shots above the break because Brandon Ingram can pick up some of that scoring slack that Scotty Barnes was having to do last year. At least that's how I'm seeing things. If you don't see things the same way, please let me know, because I don't know everything and I can't watch all the games. So if you know more than I do, please let me know. But yeah, I think this is a great price to take on this prop here. And then, of course, if Walker Kessler is playing a game, then we are betting on his all-line rebounds. So over 7.5 rebounds, I'm going to bet this as long as Prize Picks keeps giving it to me. He has a 96.7% hit rate over the past 30 games. That drops to only 90% in away games. So, he's missed one more time in away games or something like that. So if you're scared of taking this, don't take it. But I think it's a great alt line to pair with any other prop, and it will give you a nice double up. So yeah, I'm going to take that. So here is the bonus bet and the alt line play. And then here are the 2 best bets. And now we are going to have more best bets, but for now we only have 2. So for this video, just like last video, since there's just the 2 right now, any comment will get you entered in for the competition here. And if these 2 hit, then everyone will be entered in. However, I will offer you this. If you go and look at the pinned comment later, like tomorrow, maybe throughout the day, tomorrow, and you choose 2 of the picks, so you don't have to choose these 2, and the 2 that you choose hit, then I'll put you on the wheel for the cash prize giveaway. Hopefully that makes sense. Essentially, I'm saying like these 2 picks might not hit, but maybe some of the picks in the added comments hit. And so if you like those better than these 2, then you can choose those instead. So that's what I'm trying to say. Hopefully that all makes sense. Anyway, thank you guys so much for your support. We've had a great week in the NBA. We are up in units. So NBA is my best sport. I do prefer NFL. Like, I love football. That has my heart. But NBA is probably my most profitable sport just because there's so many games. There's just so many opportunities to make profit. And there's so many teams and so many players that, we can just get the edge on Vegas sometimes. So hopefully today is one of those times. All right. Thanks, guys.